fourth grade teacher. A fourth grade teacher asks her students what they want to be when they grow up. Fast talking Janie hand goes up first. She says, I want to be a nurse because nurses help save lives, and nurses are sometimes doctors' wives, and doctors really save lives, and I just want to save lives. Patrick says, I want to be a fireman because my dad is a fireman. And he said real men drive fire trucks, police cars, 18-wheelers, and army tanks, and any man who don't do things like that is a faggot. And I don't want to be a faggot. Aaron wants to be a professional baseball player. Jonathan wants to be a musician. Directly after fourth period, Terrence and Sherry just wants to be in the hallways kissing before they go home. Rita, who sits in the back of the class and laughs, well, she just always wants to be left alone. And last, but certainly not least, we have Mario, who had more than elementary courage to stand up in front of his classroom and say, yo, Miss Anderson, when I grow up, I want to be gay. Because I like rainbows. And I heard gay people always see rainbows. Even when halos are just the noose of a rope that will soon be wrapped around their throats to choke the angels out of God's bodies. I heard gay people were hated by almost everybody, and they never have to worry about going to war, because I was watching the news the other day, and they said gay people couldn't join the military, and I don't want to grow up, join an army, and make my mother cry, but I do want to be brave. I also heard that some gay men catch AIDS, and I don't want to catch AIDS, but if my father, who's a doctor, think there's any way that I can get infected, maybe he'll try harder to help find a cure. I mean, I'm not sure if he will, but it's worth the thought. I also heard that in some countries, when gay people get caught, they cut off their right hands, which is not scary to me because you already helped me to understand that we all don't have equal rights over here anyway. And one Sunday, while I was in church, the pastor preached, and he said homosexuals could never get into heaven. And I went home, and I thought about it. Yo, Miss Anderson, if everyone goes to heaven, wouldn't it be overcrowded? So gay people are actually being, it's that word you taught us, selfless, and thinking about themselves less because they would rather take a chance on forever burning up in hell to let everyone else eternally live happy. The dictionary defines gay as being happy, and I just want to be happy. And then he takes a seat. For about 30 seconds, no one in this room makes a peep, and of course, Rita snickers and the whole class laughs. Patrick stands up, looks Mario square in his eyes. If he didn't hear a word that he just said, and hollered out, "You fag." And Mario just puts his head down. And at that very second, I wish I were a fourth grade teacher so I can tell all the Marios of the world that he can be gay right now. He can open up a store in the sky and sell fucking rainbows to clouds, but it's apparent that I'm no fourth grade teacher, and Patrick, who brought a gun to school the following Monday and blew Mario brains out during roll call, didn't know that police officers and firemen even protect and serve the lives of homosexuals because heroes could never be labeled faggots. But in elementary, you only know what you learn, and at that very moment, I watched Fast Talking Janie turn back into a fourth grader from a nurse because she failed at her very first chance to save a life. And Miss Anderson, well, she quit her job because she didn't know that she can be teaching life on top of education, and still every parent and elementary school teacher is waiting to see what their kids want to be when they grow up, not acknowledging that we all have to take on the roles and responsibilities of being something right now. And what's even sadder is that when Mario's blood-stained rainbow flag is placed next to his plot to represent his pride and his bravery, and his casket is lowered into the one thing that accepts us all, which is the ground, Rita will still be somewhere without a clue about what's going on in this world, in the back of a fourth grade classroom, laughing.